Okay, hey there guys, we're right into the next season, in Season 34 already, because I was behind on all of Season 33 pretty much, but hey, maybe by getting a jump on this season I'll actually stay on track, hopefully, and actually get out some other videos. That'd be fun. So we're up against New Nation in this first war here. I got my assignments pretty early in the day actually, comparatively. A lot of Masters Alliance get their plans out pretty late into, not late into the war, but like a couple hours. It takes time and stuff, but we got ours like fairly early in. So I checked the plans and I just had this one fight in section 1, so I was like, oh okay, I'll just wait until I can take my section 2, because I had to wait for global to come down for my section 2. But then I realized I had to give a white Magneto pre-fight at the power stack, so I had to take this fight, so that's why I boosted a little bit more lightly than I typically would. Plus, I'm using Nimrod against a mutant here, so I wasn't too worried. So, obviously using Nimrod against Magneto, clearly I don't have to worry about the ability accuracy reduction from Magneto, so I don't have to worry about it from the node. That's what really makes this node hard in most fights, is the ability accuracy reduction. But because they put Magneto here, I was able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And the passive shocks bypass Magneto's damage resistance, so that's also really nice. And this SP2 takes off a solid chunk. It takes off a good like 40%, 30%, something around there. I also had my energy vulnerability up. Of course, if I was high sig, that would have done a lot more, which is something I always consider with Nimrod, is awakening him. So I know I just kind of need one more rotation. So right there, right before my eradicate mode ended, I threw another SP1 to get my energized buff, to get my energy vulnerability back up. And I'm already back up to the 10, so next special I throw, I'll get eradicate, so I'll get my shocks no matter what. So right here, I just kind of wanted to let some of the weaknesses fall off. I had let a lot build up, and by doing that, I kind of let the energy vulnerability get close to expiring, but almost all the shock ticks happen during it, and so that kills him. So that was a pretty good section 1. Again, I boosted probably less than I guess I could have, especially considering it's noon, but I was using Nimrod for a mutant, so I was very, very confident and very, very comfortable with that. So here I'm using this white Magneto for Cersei. I'm just placing it, and I'm gone. I think we quaked Cersei? I want to say quake. Right here, I had been listening to music on headphones while playing, so I had turned off my volume, so I had to turn it back on. I was actually out of the house while doing this. I got a tag like, oh yeah, global's down, I'm boosted, can you take the mini-boss? Because this was the mini-boss I had. There's 2 global defenders on my path, including this Dragon Man from White Mummy, so I needed to wait for that to come down. This fight I could have actually done with the global up in my opinion, but always safer to not, and you'll see why it's always safer to wait for a global down in a fight like this. I want him just to parry, but then he doesn't. I missed the parry and I dex, and that would have actually triggered the miss from the global. It would have been fine because I'm Doom, and I would have removed his power gain. It would have been fine, but it's a lot safer because the global was down. Very easy because of that. I get the 20% bonus there, get to my SP3, right? And this fight is pretty much as basic of a Doom fight as it can get with no global, right? I get to control his buffs, or I should be controlling his buffs as long as I don't let him throw too many specials, or I just use a couple heavy attacks. Right here, I honestly don't know why I decided to like wait to throw my SP2. So right here, I just kind of throw in my SP2. If you notice, his power actually stops while the SP2 is making contact with him. It's a little bit of a weird interaction with power gain in Doom's aura effect. It's pretty cool. It can save you a little bit of power gain in a situation like that. And I was helping a friend out with a different Doom fight earlier. I think it was for an unstoppable armor in a lower tier war. And I was explaining that unblockable is better than unstoppable, because it doesn't matter if he's blocking while unstoppable if you're pushing through his block, as long as the final hit. So I could have thrown that into the unstoppable is pretty much what I'm saying, right? Because the final hit would knock him down, so it's safe. And this Null here, Null with Doom is, again, kind of like with that Dragon Man, it's a pretty safe fight. A lot of Null's damage comes from getting armor breaks on you, and Doom is armor break immune. and you're usually supposed to be able to like not really let him throw specials, but this Null was very willing to throw specials into my block. Like, I dashed back, and when you dash back against the wall, there's a very high chance I find that they'll actually throw a special. But I was going for like a lot of re-parries, and he was still just throwing it a lot. Went for a light intercept, but didn't quite work. And I saw Corruption was about to start, and so the Corruption will give me reverse controls. So I wanted to get him into the Doom cycle before that. And I'm actually going to make a tiny mistake here. I'm going to dash back, because I wasn't sure if Corruption had officially started yet. And then the other part was that I wasn't sure if the special attack ended it. For some reason, I thought it did. Right there, again, I made a simple reverse controls mistake. But it gave me my SP2, which is going to take off a lot of his health. Fortunately, this one doesn't have Mighty Charge yet, so he kept the Incinerates on the full time. And he's almost down. I just had to block the SP2. It didn't do too much into my block, but I had already taken a bit of damage from those heavies. Light intercept, and that pretty much finishes off the fight. And again, he just kind of threw it. That's a mistake. Eating that special like that is a mistake I really need to take out of my game. For some reason, when I sometimes there's certain specials that like I'll hold block for like the beginning of it, and then I'll try to dex, but it sees it as like the first part made contact into my block, so then it won't let me dex out of it. I've done it in other specials, and other specials it doesn't. I just need to work it out of my game and be more confident to like just dex that special or to fully eat it in the block. I can't like go half and half there and get clipped like that with other champions. Fortunately, Doom's a tank. So this fight is so fast. So because of Mighty Charge, as long as you know how to reparry, you get 2 armor ups if she's not too like willing to throw her heavy attack there. Because on the Mighty Charge in, I tried to intercept or something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was I went for an intercept. And right there, I get the backdraft intercept, get off the SP2 with energy vulnerability, and it's 5,300 per tick. It's like a 30-second fight. I don't know. He's a little bit silly for mutants. He's a little silly, man. On the assignment sheet, it had that someone else was supposed to place a White Magneto pre-fight there, but I was only told to place one other White Magneto pre-fight. So I took the liberty of giving myself the White Magneto pre-fight here. I got that intercept nice and early. Kraven was fortunately very, very aggressive here. Always like a nice and aggressive AI on an intercept, especially on a ebb and flow intercept. Sometimes Mojo, I'll get really passive AI. I always feel like I get really passive AI on ebb and flow intercept. It's like they know that they're about to just get like wrecked if they intercept. I don't know. So that SP3 does a big chunk, does like 20%, does just under 40k. I have my Furies going, and I've done this before. It doesn't quite work here. I was trying to wait for him to dash in. I saw him move, but it was backwards. It doesn't matter. He's down at 15%, so another like combo or two, and he's definitely dead. Right there, I probably should have ended on a light attack just to play it safe, because his SP2 can be a little bit weird, but... actually, I'm pretty good at dexing his SP2. His SP1's a little bit more annoying, I think. I get confused with his specials. Have to take that last energy there, and this is where the war pretty much is currently at. Actually, I think right now it's 6-1 the last time I checked. There's just a few more fights done. But this war, as you see, it was I'm doing the recording about halfway in. It's at night for me. It's not done yet. Great war with New Nation, though. I don't know the final score. I'll post it in the comments or something tomorrow morning when it comes out. But either way, this was a great war with them. It's a great war to start off the season. I'm pretty happy with the way I played. Got a few mini bosses. Great way to start off the season. And hopefully we have another great season. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.